Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how I do cyberpunk edit on my photos. So it's not really hard, it just takes some practice. So yeah, this is the raw photo straight from the camera. I haven't done anything with it so far. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crop it, and I'm using 4:5 crop because of Instagram mainly. So I set it and I crop it. Okay, now I'm going to do some simple retouch, and what I do is CTRL-J, which duplicates the layer. Then I do CTRL-I, which inverts the colors. And I know it looks crazy, but trust the process. Then I pick Vivid Light as a layer mode. Then I go to Filter, Other, High Pass, and I set it around 24 and press OK. And then I go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and set it around 7 and press OK. Now, as you can see, the whole photo is retouched, and we don't want that, so we are gonna press Alt and click this thing which puts mask on the layer, and then we go to brush tool, and with white we will just color the parts which we want to have retouched. Super simple, super quick, and it keeps the skin texture, it doesn't make that completely plastic effect. And yeah, I have learned this method just recently, but I've been using it non-stop. Also, don't forget to retouch your neck and this area and arms or whatever, because if you don't, there is a big difference between it, I feel like. Yeah. Once your photo is retouched, what you can do is, if it seems too extreme to you, you can go to opacity and lower the retouch. But since I want the retouch to look a bit plasticky because it just fits the style, I will keep it like this and merge it down, so I have just one background layer. Okay, now we are going to work on our background. We take quick selection tool. If you don't have this available, you right click and pick it here. It's either magic wand or quick selection tool. You pick quick selection tool or change it to this with the plus, and you will just select yourself. It's fairly easy this time because my wig here is such a different shade, but it can be really annoying sometimes, especially when I had green hair. It was super annoying. So now that you have your basic selection, you click select and mask and just smooth the edges a little bit. I have forgot to select my arm. We will fix that later. You will just smooth the edges, especially on hair, because hair is really tricky and it will never be perfect. I applaud those artists who can make it perfect, but I can't. But it's enough like this. Let's select the arm I missed, and then we will just copy and paste, so we have two different layers, as you can see. All right, now I have two assets for this edit. First is this background. It's like cyberpunk glitch or whatever, and second is the eye from cyberpunk game. So we want to first take this background and just copy and paste it under this layer here. Hit transform and drag it all over the place, and then click enter. So this is the complete base. I like to set opacity to 80, 78, 80%. And I'm going to play with colors a little bit. like this. This is what I usually do for last, but however, I just want to see how the colors will look like in general. I'm doing it now. So I take layer, new layer, and I will do like a lighting effects, and first color I'm using is this light blue. I have it here, but you can use like whatever colors you want. And I will put it like in this edge and in this edge, and then I switch it to like hot pink, and I will put it here. And here you can like really play with the settings. You can set it to overlay, you can set it to soft light for something more natural, you can set it to vivid light if you want like the really strong effect. You can set it to hard light, which I will probably do, but I will lower the opacity like this. Okay, now we have like the base done, and we are going to do something with the eyes, because I'm not really sure I can't wear contacts anymore. Like, it doesn't do well with my eyes, so if I'm only doing photos, I'm trying to avoid it. So this is where this thing comes to play, and what I will do is that I will just copy the eye and paste it above the layer, and yeah, this looks super weird, but we will fix it in a second. Like, there are probably more precise methods to do this, but I do it like this, like always, basically. Okay, I will just do this and delete the main layer, and we will be left with the eye. And it looks really bad now, but just you wait for a second. Oh, we're gonna transform the layer and put it in our eye like this. And then we are going to pick brush tool, change the mode to clear, make the brush like quite small, and erase what shouldn't be here. You want to zoom in a bit more so you don't mess up, but yeah, like this. And also this part. And now you have a cyborg eye. What you can do now is just duplicate the layer and just transform it to the other eye, so you don't have to go through that tedious process again. Like, there are minor things that like don't completely fit, like it's obvious it's Photoshop, but like when you see the photo as a whole, like it actually looks quite good, I think. You can now merge the layers so the eyes are on one layer. Okay, now that we have our cyberpunk modifications done, I will just tweak with colors and finish the editing. First, I will retouch my beauty marks, or how do you call it in English? I really hate them, but since they are on my neck, I didn't pick up the courage to have them removed, but I really hate them, and I have them since like I was born. Also some stray hairs. Alright, like this should be good. Now we are going to play with colors. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to go to image adjustment, selective color, and I'm going to pick yellow and turn it down. I don't want yellows in my cyberpunk pics. I don't know why, it just doesn't fit there, I don't like it. I'm turning the yellow all the way down, and I'm putting some black here, like this. As you can see, like already it has such a different color to it. Then I'm going to go to color balance and like just tweak with it so it matches the background better, like this. Then go to brightness and contrast and play with that. If some part seems too dark to you, you can go here, pick dodge tool, make it like a bit bigger and lighten some part. And you can do the same thing when something seems too light, you can darken it with burn tool, just the same principle. I always like to use dodge tool like in my inner corners, on my eyelid, so they are more prominent. And I like to use burn tool to darken my eyeliner, lash line and stuff like that. It just looks better and give the eyes more shape. I will also darken these bits because they were done with different pencil and it's just not that dark. I will also try to darken my lips because I did a quite sloppy job. Also, one quick tip I have just remembered, you can use burn tool to darken like the edges of hairs and it just makes them look more blended in and natural. And this is not only for Cyberpunk edits, this is like every time you are changing backgrounds, like to blend yourself more in, just like do this with burn tool and it instantly improves the whole look, I think. Alright, and I think this concludes the edit. I think it's super easy, like it takes some practice, but it's not really a big deal. You can do it like with all sorts of different backgrounds, different eyes, different makeup looks. But yeah, of course, I'm working with a base that already resembles the Cyberpunk, so you can go like really crazy and Photoshop also cyberware on you and so on and so on, but I decided to have it like drawn and only do the background and the eyes and stuff like that. But yeah, I think these sort of edits are really fun and I really hope I can make more of them. Tell me perhaps what other Photoshop tutorials would you like to see? Like, I have plenty of edits on my Instagram, I will link it down below if you would like to check it. So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, by all means put them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video very soon. Have a nice day!